YouTube, I have found the build. I still love my 6'4", but y'all know I love the taller guard. I can shoot fadeaway middies with this build. I can drop people to the ground. Where is he going in meter dunk? And of course, you know I gotta be able to shoot that 3 ball. All I ask before we get into the video is make sure y'all like the video, hit that sub button if you're new, and let's hop straight into it. Now, when it comes to making this build, I'm gonna show y'all how I made mine first, and then I'm gonna tell y'all a way to make it way better. But to start off, we wanna go small forward, 6'7", 180 on the weight, and 6'11" on the wingspan. And before we even get started, I want y'all to know I was trying to make more of a fun build than like a comp build. But like I said, I'm gonna show you this version first, and I'm gonna show you one that's way better after. Now, to start off, I wanted to take my Javan dunk up to a 93. I low-key went this at 99 at some point during the year. And I knew if I used a cap breaker later on, I will end up being able to get this to 99 at some point. And for now, just ignore the badges. We're gonna come back to all those once everything gets upgraded. Now, next, I upgraded my standing dunk to a 45 just to make sure I get those regular pro standing dunks. Now, with speed boosting being a little wonky right now and not really being able to move as fast as I wanted to go with a super high midi. So I went 93 on the midi as well. And you can already see we got Dead Eye on gold, and we also have set shot specialists on Hall of Fame. We're gonna come back to those later as well. Now, my 3-pointer, it is so easy to shoot in this game, y'all, especially off of standstill shots. This 3-pointer right here at a 70, cash money. I really don't miss unless I get contested or if they end up making it an open instead of a wide open or something like that. But wide open with this jumper, it's cash. And of course, with that 93 mid-range, it's also gonna get you any jump shot you want. Now, going down to my pass accuracy, I put this at an 87. And I've had 2 builds with higher pass accuracy so far. But honestly, I think I'm gonna start leaving this at like a 71 or 75, y'all. There's so many other attributes that are important in this game. And I'm gonna show y'all how I messed up the build once we get down to the speed and agility. Now, when it comes to ball handle, I went with a 86. And then speed with ball, I left at a 75. Once again, the 75 speed with ball is something I kind of regret. I wish I would at least got this up to an 80. Now, I will be remaking this build for myself at some point. I'm not gonna do it just yet because I need to actually use this build some. I did just spend money on it, and it is going to be a super fun build down the line, but there's definitely some cap breakers needed. And honestly, I might end up using a cap breaker on speed with ball as well, get it to 80 and get that D-book dribble style. Now, for my defense, I wasn't really needing anything too crazy. I just wanted to get kind of like a decent defense, so I went 71 on the interior, 74 on the perimeter. Then for my steal, I wanted to be able to get some steals, so I stopped at a 73. And then for my block, I went up to a 68. I'm not gonna lie, that high flying denier badge, even on bronze, is really good. Now, when it comes to rebounding, I made this build 4-2, so if my center's missing, I can go get the board. So I went ahead and went with the 70 for this. And then this is where I screwed up, y'all. I end up going like 75, 75 here, and this is a problem. Do not go 75-75 on your build. In other 2Ks, speed and agility and stuff like that did not matter much at all. But I'm telling you, when it comes to defense, if you have a low speed, low agility, you will feel like a snail. Just this little mistake has kind of screwed this build up decently bad, and I will have to end up remaking. Now, for the vertical, I went with a 90, and I know it looks crazy. Y'all are gonna be like, what in the world? But the reason I did this is because when you get a 99 Javan dunk, you have to have a 90 vertical to get that posterizer on legend. Like I said before, I was aiming for a fun build, and this build is still super good and would be way better if I had speed and agility. But that's the reason I make these builds so early, so if I mess them up, you do not have to. And when you're finished with the build, you'll get the name inside the art point 4. But like I said before, you can make it way better. Do not make the build this way. Now, get into the way better version of the build. Now, we'll probably have this out for y'all real soon. This time, we're gonna go 6'6" on the height, 180 on the weight, and 6'7" on the wingspan. Now, I know this is not a very big point forward build. You can make this at point guard as well. As much as I like contact dunking, y'all, in this game, I really don't see that it's worth it. For one, contact dunks are nothing like they were before, and they are super rare, it seems like. I've played a decent amount of this game so far. I've never been dunked on once, and I've only got 3 or 4 contact dunks myself. Now, on my last build, I had a 75, and my friend actually had an 80 on his. he was low-key dunking the heck out of the ball. So if contacts aren't going to be very good, I suggest y'all stop at an 80, and then we're going to take the standing dunk up to a 45. Now this is where the build gets way better already. Instead of going with the 73, we're going to go with the 89, and I really want to get it up to that 93 3-pointer. But if we leave it at an 89 for now, later on we can use +4 to our 3 ball, and we're going to end up with the 93 3. Now like I said before, the 73 is perfectly fine. I can shoot with it all day, so if you want to leave this down, feel free. But with speed boosting not being the best in this game, 3-pointer and actually being able to shoot sometimes contested can really help you out. And you'll notice I left the midi down a little bit. The 93 midi, it just ain't giving me what I thought it was gonna give me. The fades in this game aren't the best. Maybe once we get to starter 4 and start unlocking animations, but right now the fades aren't the greatest, and I don't really think it's worth it. The smoothest thing about this game is the jump shot. So get you a high 3-pointer, go out there and green something. Now next, pass accuracy. And I can't rant about this enough because 2K knows that pass accuracy does not work as good as it should. For the past several years, every time you upgrade to a 92 and stuff, it makes your passes faster, but at the same time, it just isn't worth the attribute. And I've tried this on 2 builds already, y'all, 87 and an 82, so just go ahead and put this at 71. If you're scared with the 71, you can put it on 75. I'm pretty sure that gets you LeBron's pass style. Now ball handle, another thing, way better than my last build. We're gonna start off with the 90. If you really wanted to get crazy, you could get this up to a 93. But for me, I'm gonna end up using a cap breaker on this, just like I am my 3 later on. This build's going to be amazing. Now going down one more to my speed with ball, another thing, man, we're getting at 86 this time. I'm not playing around with none of this speed type stuff anymore. So while we're at it, let's go ahead and go down to our actual speed, put this up to 85, and we're gonna go ahead and up that agility up to 85. Don't play around with those stats. I'm telling y'all, I would never make another build that has lower than probably like an 83, 84 agility. It's that great. Now from here, we can go ahead and go to our perimeter defense, and with this build, we are getting a 92. Now, honestly, I'm thinking about leaving this down at a 91 because we could use a +1 cap breaker later on. So for now, I think we're gonna leave it at 91, but still 85, y'all, and this is the sweet spot this year. 91 is great as well, but I've seen people with 85 steals. They're doing their thing, so I don't really feel like you gotta go up much higher. Next, we're gonna go to our interior defense. I'm gonna put this at a 65 for now, and then for my block, I want to make sure I get that little high flyer badge. I like that a lot. High flying denier has been working great. Now you can already see we ain't even done with the build yet, and the build is 10 times better than my other one. And honestly, I made the other one trying to try out the dunk. I wanted to try out contact dunks and stuff like that, and it just ain't the move this year. And if we ain't going for that 99 driving dunk with the cap breakers this time, of course we don't gotta worry about adding an extra 30 points to our vertical. And honestly, if you really want to get kind of glitchy, you can go out of this, up the weight 1, and then when you up that strength 1 more, now you got a movable enforcer as well. And at this point, if you don't want to use a cap breaker on your perimeter, you can go ahead and upgrade that. Then the rest, I would just put on interior, block, offensive rebound, and there you go. This build is levels better than my other one. But the only thing that sucks, y'all, is the name. 2-way 3-point shot hunter, you no longer get that point forward name. But yeah, man, that is all I got for y'all today. Be on the lookout for this build right here, because I will be playing with it as soon as I make it. And I'm gonna catch y'all boys next time. I'm out. Peace.